Hey Rebels, I'm Cindy and welcome to Love Your Rebel Show. Today we're going to talk about reflection. What is reflection? Oh, to me, reflection is looking back and just have a little thought about it. But I'll give you a more better definition, I guess. Self-reflection is also called introspection. It means to observe and analyze yourself in order to grow as a person. I think that's more better said than I. Well, in that case, let's go to the benefits of reflecting. Why do we want to reflect? Because it's very important to reflect. Because it gives you time to see what you have done. It also gives you a view of what you did and how, well, let's start the benefits. 1, gives you greater clarity of thought and perspective. So, as I mentioned slightly to the idea is self-reflections allow you to understand and see things from a different point of view. So, when you take a step back, you will gain new understanding. You will see a whole picture instead of just the details of it, right? And you can be open-minded to solving the problems or seeing what has been done to either go directly towards it or pivot. For instance, COVID, is that correct? COVID is quite an interesting year, hasn't it been? And some people pivot to another niche, another business, another job, a side hustle, things like that, for survival, right? And for also peace of mind. So if you're in the emotional state part of it, then you will know that that doesn't help you. So that's obviously the con. But I'll continue why it gives you perspective is because when you reflect, that's the time when you are more rational. Therefore, it's easier for you to clearly think and look at the pros and cons of the situation, of any decision or actions that's been done in the past. But you or others or whomever you're reflecting or want to reflect on, right? 2, the second benefits of reflecting or reflection is it improves relationship. It definitely does, because if you reflect on yourself and how you react to certain situations, for yourself, you know that was the right thing to do. For others, you can say that, upon reflection, maybe that person was going through something else that you weren't aware of, or there's always something happening with everyone. But if you don't take the time to find out or to give them space to work it out or give them space to freely express themselves, then it won't improve your relationship, does it? And so reflection also in that sense leads you to greater awareness of yourself, and with greater awareness, you can also improve yourself. How can you improve? In a situation like, for instance, I know that I am not good with video, right? And I know that I don't like prepping. However, I realized that video is my best form of communication, because supposedly my writing I haven't written for quite a long time, and it takes a long time to just put all my thoughts in and down into words. But when I'm talking, it's just free flowing out. But you know, if you know me well enough, you know that I actually talk jumble everywhere. It's not a lot of structure basically. So in that case, I know that about myself. Therefore, a lot of the time, I try to give myself structure by, you know, just jotting down some of those things and try to go down the list, you know. And if I kind of sidetrack a little bit, I forgive myself because I know that's me, but I am still trying. So that's the self-improvement part, right? And then, you know, with practice makes confidence, right? Practice, you know, the more you practice, the more you feel like you are doing it well, better than before. And with that action, you actually feel more confident in actually bringing more out, right? So that's a big one for me. So that's a lot of reflection benefit there. The third one is, to me, I think is one of the things that all of us want, right? Is to get better sleep and a happier life. So, you know, I think the important thing about reflection is, you know, you look back on the events that happened, right? You laugh about it, you cry about it, you get angry about it. But the thing is, once all that emotion's out, there's closure. You know, once you accept it and all that, you know, things that you need to do with that emotion is closing the gap. And also, that's why you get better sleep. That's why once your feelings have been resolved, you can move on, and you know, nothing can hold you back emotionally that way. And when that relates to the second benefit is your relationship that you go forward will be better, right? Because you have no baggage, right? So that's a good one. And you know, I hate to talk about cons, but I feel that you need to know around it both sides. There's always cons and there's always pros. And the con of reflection to me is that it depends on what state you are reflecting, or what state you are and you are forced to reflect, or you're really sad and you're depressed, you know, that's not a great time to reflect. But when you do reflect at that moment, obviously it's not going to be good, right? The negative thoughts will come to more negative thoughts and more negative thoughts and so on. So you probably go into deeper depression. So at that point, when you're not feeling like you're happy, or you know that you're depressed for a while, then you know the only thing you can do is try not to reflect too much on the negative, right? Reflect on the good side of things instead. You know, just say, oh, you know, that's where the good part of the reflection comes in, right? And so the next one that I feel that sometimes is the case with a lot of people or processes out there is that I get overwhelmed because there's too many questions, and sometimes some questions are deep, some questions are too vague, some questions are too simple. You know, it depends where you are in your life and what level of self-awareness you have for yourself. Then, you know, it looks like I have a little puppy that just licked my hand. So it's a good sign from above, isn't it? That I'm doing something right. Oh well, I guess that's all I have today. But I want to leave you with a quote, and with my last message on reflection. The quote says, "Life isn't a matter of milestones, but of moments." And that's supposedly by Rose Kennedy, so I'm not sure if it is, but that's where I got it from. And then my message is, reflect to improve yourself, rebels, and go out there and rebel. Ciao, ciao.